This video will show you how to navigate the results section, as well as some useful tips. The Results tab is where you can view results by student. For easy input into your gradebooks, click the column headers to sort results in your desired order. You can expand results one at a time by clicking on a row
or clicking the Expand All button.
This means that you don't need to load a new web page every time you want to view a new student. Instead, just scroll. Once expanded, you can view a student's answer sheet breakdown, which shows your answer key, what the student actually wrote on paper, what SwiftGrade read, and the marks awarded. Of course, for online tests, the image column will not be there. To manually change a mark, click into the marks field and type a new mark. As a shortcut, click the total score to either give full or 0 marks. Note that there isn't a save button. Updated marks will auto-save. Next, notice that some answers are flagged with a needs grading icon. This means that SwiftGrade struggled to read the student's handwriting, and thus you need to double check the answer.
You don't have to remove the needs grading flags, but if you want to do so, you can do it in 2 ways. The first is by simply clicking the icon, and the second is by manually changing the mark.
As a big tip, use our Filters tool to display only the answers that need manual grading. This way, you don't need to sift through hundreds of answers to find the ones that need your attention. It can happen in just a few clicks. Next, if autocorrect was on for a fill-in-the-blank answer and the student's answer was actually autocorrected, an AC icon will be shown. If you had specified more than one acceptable answer, there will be a drop-down arrow in the answer key column. Clicking this will show a list of all the acceptable answers and their mark value. If the student's answer matched any of your acceptable answers, it will be highlighted. If your answer contained units or sig figs, a drop-down arrow will be shown in the marks column. Clicking this will expand the mark breakdown for this answer. In this example, the student got 0.5 marks for the answer, 0.25 for the units, and 0 for sig figs. This makes a total of 0.75 out of 1 marks. For numeric answers, if you set a tolerance, it can be seen here. All student answers within this tolerance range will be marked correct. For math answers, if the answer can only be graded using character matching, this icon will be shown. To enlarge a student's answer, right-click the image and then either save it or open it in a new tab.
Here's what the image looks like in the new tab.
As you can see, the results page is color-coded for your convenience. Green for full marks, yellow for partial, and red for 0.
As an example, here you can see that the answer and the units are correct, but the sig figs are not.
As a last little tip, hover on the number column to see what the answer type was. Now, let's discuss the Answers tab. The Answers tab is where you can view all student responses for a particular answer. For example, here you can see each student's answer for number 1. You can go to other answers by clicking the next arrow, or by using the drop-down.
Let's now look at the Filters tool, which allows you to control what type of results are displayed. To use the tool, deselect whichever answer types you want to hide. For example, by unselecting the high confidence box, only answers that have low confidence and thus needs grading are shown. Note that filters are maintained while you switch between the Answers and Results tab. If you want to send results to students, click the More Options icon and then click Send. Now simply select the type of results you want to send, and you're done. Note that if a result doesn't have an email address associated with it, you can't send that student their results. If the student wrote their name and email in the answer sheet, you can edit that information. However, if they didn't, this pop-up will be view only, as demonstrated in this example. Let's move on to the Analysis tab, which shows a snapshot of how the whole class performed on each question. As a tip, sort using the column headers to show you which questions students struggled the most with. If less than 50% of students got a question correct, it will be flagged for your convenience. The column on the far right shows the top 5 most common answers for a question. For example, for question number 3, 7 students wrote velocity and 3 students wrote speed. Note that student answers are grouped together by character matching. Case does not matter when grouping. That concludes our results section tutorial. For more details, or if you have any further questions, visit our help section or drop us an email.